Immerse yourself in the profound insights offered by Father Chuck Belmonte as he delves into daily reflections on various gospel passages from the Bible.
Could Saint Josemaría be proclaimed Doctor of the Church? Before Pope Leo recently declared Saint John Henry Newman a Doctor of the Church, he had been a candidate to become so. In the opinion of many, the Church requires 3 characteristics for such recognition. First, holiness of life. Second, eminence in doctrine. Third, a universal impact on Christian teaching and spirituality. Among the future candidates, I would mention Saint Josemaría Escrivá, founder of Opus Dei. He developed the theology of sanctification in ordinary life, known as the patron saint of ordinary life. He held the conviction that the sanctity which ordinary Christians are called to seek is not a minor version of sanctity. We must become contemplatives in the midst of the world. And yes, Saint Josemaría believed it to be possible, as long as these 5 steps are followed. 1. Love the reality of your present circumstances. Do you really want to be a saint? Carry out the little duties of each moment, do what you ought, and concentrate on what you are doing. Leave behind mystical, wishful thinking. If only I hadn't married. If only I had a different job or degree. If only I were in better health. If only I were younger. Instead, turn to the present reality. There you'll find the Lord. There is no other way. Either we learn to find our Lord in ordinary, everyday life, or we shall never find him too. Discover that something divine hidden in the details. God is close by. We live as though he were far away, in the heavens high above, and we forget that he is also continually by our side. How can we find him? How can we establish a relationship with him? In the most ordinary situations, it is up to each one of us to discover him. We must transform all the circumstances, both pleasant and unpleasant, of ordinary life into a source of dialogue with God, and hence into a source of contemplation. 3. Foster unity in life. To acquire an authentic life of prayer, we must seek personal improvement by acquiring human virtues. Avoid the temptation of leading a double life. On the one hand, an inner life, a life related to God, and on the other, as something unrelated and distinct, your professional, social, and family life. 4. See Christ in others. When we learn to recognize Christ in our brothers, everyday relations acquire unsuspected opportunities. And from that inner and continuous dialogue with Christ comes the urge to speak to others about him. The apostolate is the love of God that overflows and is given to others. 5. Do everything out of love. Everything that is done for love becomes beautiful and grand. This is the ultimate word in the spirituality of Saint Josemaría. It's not a question of trying to do grand things or wait for extraordinary circumstances. It is to humbly make an effort in the little duties of every moment, putting in all the human love and perfection we are capable of.
I would be delighted to extend an invitation to you once again tomorrow for another insightful reflection on the Gospel by Father Belmonte.